Hello everybody, it's the Last Raider. We are back with another video, and simply to talk about this because I find it so goddamn hilarious at the moment. Is talking about the bet on Wall Street fiasco that's happening today. That's happened in the last couple of days. So, for those who don't know what's going on, excuse me, let me give you a good rundown. Basically, what has happened here is GameStop, on their credit, from what I understand. My dad does stock marketing. I don't know shit about stocks. Been trying to figure it out so I can start, possibly making money at it. But my dad, he understands the stock market and can read it, and he does his own way of making money, which has an easy way of making cash. He can easily double his money. But it's based mostly on what the company is doing and what their plans are for future dates. So he buys and sells based on what those companies are doing and based on his business experience, which works pretty well. But what happened with GameStop was GameStop went through the roof, and it goes through the roof and was actually hurting other billionaires. How's it hurting billionaires? Well, it has to do with a thing called short selling. Now, the traditional way that people understand the stock market, and this is how I think a majority of people understand it, so we'll basically start from here, is you buy a stock, it is only going to lose so much money until it hits a net worth of zero. It has an infinite amount of profit that it can make when you buy into it. What this hedge firm company was doing was short selling it. Now, short selling is the complete opposite of betting on it. And basically, you're betting against the stock. There's a limited amount of profit you can make, but an infinite amount of loss you can take. Keyword, infinite amount of loss. Okay, keywords. So this company decides to bet against GameStop, and apparently for some reason pissed off a bunch of people in this Reddit called r/bet on Wall Street. And so they decided to go in there and bet on the stock and just play Wall Street's little game. Now, if you know anything about Wall Street, the guys that have big amounts of money, it is simply logical that if you have enough cash, you can manipulate the market and make big money. So if I were to take, say, $1 billion and shove it in, actually, I think they did this once before with Bitcoin. They bet against it, lowered the price of Bitcoin by getting people to sell, and then they went in there and bought a bunch of billionaires went in and bought a majority of shares in Bitcoin and just locked it all up. You can manipulate the markets back and forth. There's also an instance of two guys who borrowed a whole bunch of cash, millions of dollars worth of cash, and drove the price of silver through the roof and caused a big problem because it ended up falling faster than they could sell it, which meant they actually made a negative than they did a positive. So, and there was actually some laws put in place afterwards so nobody could do that kind of shit no more. But with what happened with GameStop, I still can't believe this is going on. I mean, GameStop, for crying out loud. The company is now worth, I want to say, 1,600% more than what it was when this first started. Meaning the company is worth billions and billions of dollars. I mean, it's the stock. I've seen things online where it was the top traded stock. It was beating everybody out in terms of money made. And the thing is, everybody in media was sitting there watching and couldn't figure out what was happening. And I think that's what kind of messed with people. Was they saw this stock for no reason going through the roof, and they couldn't figure out why. Why is this happening? And then later, all day long, people were like, "Well, the stock's going up." All these normies on the news media had no idea what was happening. Of course, anyone who is internet savvy, who's on the dark web, they know what's going on because most of us have been ostracized from society. We operate in the dark web to a bit. And so, as we're sitting back watching this whole thing unfold, I'm just sitting there thinking, my God, would these idiots figure out what's going on? It's going to be awesome. Well, they finally did. Reaction was mixed. Okay, some people saying it was wrong what the Reddit posters did, but a vast majority of people seem to say, this is actually Right. It's actually a good thing. I think about Central U.S. time, probably around 1:35, the economy news sites were starting to figure out what was happening because they quickly realized, someone's doing this on purpose. And there was a stupid part. This one idiot from, I think it's from Ameritrade or something. She comes out and she's like, "Well, we want the government to stop the trade on this stock because we're afraid of these what was it, unsophisticated, if that doesn't insult people, unsophisticated trading will hurt these people's financial, will cause all kinds of financial damage." And my dad, who was doing stock stuff, he says, "Well, yeah, she's right. It will do damage to all these people." I said, "Yes." I said, "But Dad, these people don't care." I'm like, "That's the entire reason they're doing this." He goes, "Oh, oh." I was like, "Yes, now you get it." This is war. This isn't a money making scheme. It's we're gonna hurt you. That's all this is about. So the big guys have finally gotten to taste their own medicine. They haven't learned their lesson at all. It's been fun to watch. My one regret of this is that I was not on this site so that I could get on there and take like $1,000 and make $1 million out of it. Because oh god, my wife would love me so much. You talk about drowning in pussy. That would be awesome. I mean, she would love that. She'd be like, "Oh my god, we're millionaires now." I mean, what woman wouldn't? My wife, I don't have a problem with her spending money. We'd probably sit on it and inherit, and our kid would inherit it because my wife is one of those people. She's tighter than a crab's ass when it comes to money. She will not spend anything. It's a pain in the ass to get her to buy something for herself. I mean, we're sitting there at times and she's like, "I like this coat. I wish I could afford it." And I'm like, "Babe, you could buy 10 of these coats with the money you've got, and you would still not even be phased. We'd still pay our bills for the next year." "Yeah, but I don't want to spend the money." "Well, spend the money right now on one coat. It's not going to be a big deal. I don't care. You work hard, enjoy your money." "Yeah, but I don't think I want to." You think, honestly, I'm glad that my wife doesn't spend us into oblivion like some gold diggers do. But at the same time, I really wish she would just enjoy her money. It also makes life difficult buying stuff for her because she doesn't want to. It's my one complaint, and I realize I'm complaining about a good thing. I understand that, but I mean it's difficult to buy presents for her because she's very indecisive about what she wants, and she doesn't want you spending a lot of money. So, by the way, you got these billionaires right now, man. They're getting hammered and getting destroyed. They're saying that this company may end up filing for bankruptcy, and good on Bank on Wall Street. Okay, I'm not saying what you should do or what you shouldn't do, but I'm going to say I do agree with what they've done because this is how Wall Street always does this nonsense. They strip people's money from them all the time. And they say, "Oh, get involved in Wall Street," which is basically a casino for rich people. That's all it is. It's just basically a giant-ass casino. And if you know anything about the casino system, it's the house is supposed to always win. Well, update on this nonsense. The people that did this over at Bet Wall Street, they're now being hammered by the Wall Street people. Wall Street people figured out what was happening, and now they're pressuring things. Their private Discord apparently got shut down for hate speech violations. Same reason that Parler was shut down and several other independent sites were shut down for. Surprise, surprise. Now I think their Reddit post, their Reddit forum has now been shut down as well. So the Wall Street is not really playing the game very smart in my opinion because their thought is, well, if we shut down the communication, these people can't organize anymore. Here's the thing. They can just change their name. They're going to come back. They're going to build another group. And you're not going to know it until it's too late. They'll probably be a little faster at catching it on the second try around. So it may not be as effective. But it's still going to cause problems. Wall Street billionaires, these hedge funds, they really want to get control of this because if this nonsense keeps happening, it's going to cause problems with them after a while. It's going to bring into question the whole purpose of Wall Street and all this other nonsense. What's going to happen? after this, I don't know. I'm thinking about a Robinhood account. I'm not giving out financial advice. I'm thinking of a Robinhood account because I kind of want to find these guys again if they decide to do it again, and I want to hop on that train, make a nice little retirement, maybe retire early. That'd be nice. But I mean, here, well, what we have here is a bunch of Wall Street tycoons who've been telling you and me that we need higher taxes and and have been talking about a redistribution of wealth through a great reset. In other words, taking all our property and them having total control over everything that we do. And suddenly they're involved in a redistribution of wealth, an unplanned donation to the American people, we'll put it like that. And they're fucking pissed because somebody went in there and redistributed their wealth. It's okay when they do it with your money. It's not okay when we do it with their money. Anyway, folks, tell me what you think about this in the comments. Do you think r/bet on Wall Street are the heroes of our time, or do you think they're the villains? Let me know. I tend to think they're the heroes of our time. Also, last video I did, I asked for help on making more videos. And one person responded. To that person, yes, I am going to be doing a boobs in video game video because you were the only one who answered it. And I feel like I have to report good behavior. Even if I think it's kind of dumb, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to make a boobs in video games video of the importance of women, having a rack, being well equipped in video games, to say the least. Anyway, folks, tell me what you think in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notification. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye now.